Hey, so in this video, I'm going to walk through replacing an old fluorescent light in a walk-in closet. So go ahead and turn this one on. It is turning on today. For a couple weeks now, it hasn't been coming on. It's just a faint glow. But it actually came on today. It's been bad since we moved in. But I don't know if that comes up on camera. It homes. And yeah, I could probably look up it's got a quick starting ballast, I'm pretty sure, because it comes on fast for a fluorescent light. So you can go online and find ballasts and new fluorescent bulbs, because a lot of places don't carry a lot anymore. Everyone does LED conversions. But I'm not a fan of the light in general, so I'm going to replace it with something better. I don't know how the wiring comes in yet, so we'll start with just removing this. So first I'm going to shut the switch off, open the breaker, and set up my work light. Alright, also got I am tall, but I need a step stool. It's going to make this easier. So power secured. I'll go ahead and rotate the bulb out of here. Let's see what we got. Set this out of the way for now. Yeah, this is really warm too. I only had this on for a little bit, and it's got like the dark spots. So the bulb was going bad probably. Not sure how old it is, but I already replaced fluorescent lights in my garage that were pretty old. So most of these, the center section pops out to expose the wire. And oh look, it's got a date on the fixture, and it's got a UL Underwriter's Laboratory sticker. So this one's a little different. Usually it just pops out, so I'm gonna take a little look at these clips and see how this cover comes off. I peeled it side down and looked in. It looks like these two metal clips. And again, this varies. Sometimes you can just clip, it's like a little like a latch or a press clip. These have like these metal clips on each side that it looks like I can squeeze the edges. So I grabbed some pliers. I'll give that a go real quick. Squeeze those two clips. See if we can get this cover off. So yeah, I just had these like press-in clips that went into these little grooves, so I just pulled them out with pliers. They're pretty beefy clips. Yeah, ballast looks pretty old. I don't know if there's a date on it. Okay, so it looks like the wire's coming in directly in the center, which is good. I really didn't want the wire to be too close to this vent. The closer to the center of the room, the better. Because this light kind of favors the entrance, and I was thinking about getting a longer fixture or something, but we'll get to that later. Let's finish removing this. So also, it's a bunch of flat tips. Come on, who uses slotted screws anymore? So there's a couple slotted screws. I'm gonna grab a flat tip, take the ground screw out, and the screws on either side, and see if we can get this whole fixture to come down off the wiring. And then I'm just gonna disconnect the wiring nuts. Before I do that, I'm going to verify it's dead. You can use a multimeter or a tester. So yeah, it looks dead. That's good. So let's get these wires disconnected, undo all these screws. Oh my goodness. This screw is 4 inches long. They use this on a toggle bolt. I'll show you in a minute. But they put one of those spring-loaded metal toggle bolts all the way through the drywall and secured it that way with this really long screw. So I finally got one out. I think I dropped my screwdriver, but I'll get my screwdriver and get the other one out. Never know what you're going to find. I feel like I've been unscrewing this forever. I'm trying to hold tension on the toggle bolt. It's a toggle bolt on both sides. So I'm trying to hold tension on it so it doesn't freeze spin up above the drywall on the ceiling. Oh my goodness. And I can see that, and I dropped my screwdriver again. The cable coming in is cable clamped, so that's still supporting it, but almost there. So yeah, you never know what you're going to find. Now this was common in the fluorescent light fixture days. There's no junction box, so they just cut a hole in the drywall and then clamp into the fixture, and the fixture itself becomes the junction box. But obviously, if I'm not replacing it with a fixture that's similar, I'll need to install like an electrical box here, but we'll get to that when I figure out what kind of light I'm installing. But yeah, they just had toggle bolts, so I can feel the bolt on the upside. I'm not, oh, did I get it? I'm not worried about fishing it out of there. I can fill it up there, but I'm gonna patch these holes up because they go straight into the insulation in the attic. And then there's some little off color here from paint, but I'll loosen these two screws on the clamp holding the wire in, and then I'll be able to pull this wire the rest of the way through, and we will have this old fixture out of here. Alright, so we got the old fixture completely out. So the light switch is here when you walk in. As far as I can tell, that wire is probably running up into the attic and then coming over to here. I tried playing with the wire. It's like stapled in place and it feels like it's going that way. So I think it's running over the nearest joist in the attic and then running down there. So it's not exactly centered. It's favoring the entrance. So I'm going to think about what I want to do. I can either get a new LED fixture that can contain this and will encompass it. I'll probably get one that's longer, like 3 or 4 feet long, to better light this closet and patch these up. Or depending on what light style I get, I am thinking about getting a old work box and just running the cable into the box. And it looks like I do have room to maybe move that box over here and center it in the room better. I should be able to fish that cable over and then patch all the old holes. So let me figure out what I want to do. Do a little shopping for a new light. So I'm going to show you how I'm doing it. I didn't know what I was going to find. I didn't know what kind of light I want to put in here. So I wanted to take it apart first to see it, and then I'll pick up a light, probably something on Amazon. But for you, that'll be just a quick second and we'll be back. So just doing a little joint compound work. And because the light was forced over there, I compounded over where the old toggle bolt holes were, fixed up the hole where this is. Still got a texture and do some painting, but I picked up the new light. I ended up just going with a replacement LED Lithuania lighting. I'll leave a link to the light I got, but similar slim profile. But what I'm going to do, it has knockouts in the center and on each end. So I'm going to move the light over to bring the cord in here to center it in the room better. So that's all I'm going to do. So that's pretty much what I got. I didn't get anything bigger because they were all like 4-foot lights, or dual bulb LED lights were like 5,000, 7,000 lumen. Didn't need that much, so just got this. Of note too, so since there's no box in the ceiling, when the Grommet cable comes through the drywall, the fixture itself acts as the electrical junction box. So this was what the old light used. It's just a wire clamp. You clamp this end to the wire, and then there's a thread and a locking nut to send through here. But I'm just using the push-in polycarbonate style ones. Oops, dropped it. So like that, and then you shove your Grommet through there to wire it up. So make sure you use one of the styles of approved grommets. It's not code to just send your Grommet through one of these metal openings without it. Alright, so I did a little texturing. I think my joint compound work is done. And there's some discoloration I'm going to hit with some flat white ceiling paint. The light won't cover up this side, so I just wanted to blend it. And this is ceiling in a closet. It's up to you. But I like to make things, look better than they did when I started. So, but I'm shifting the light with the wire over here. So you saw me, I just mocked it up and marked where the holes are, and I'm using this style anchor. They're like self-tapping lock-in. They lock the coarse threads. These lock into drywall really well. I like this better than like a toggle bolt. I mean, this light weighs nothing. It's super lightweight. So let's get these installed in the holes I marked. All right, just hit it with some sealing paint. So there's where the wire's coming in. You can't even see where the old big hole was where that toggle bolt was through. I can't even tell after texturing and painting, but it was somewhere in here. It's blended, it's gone. But I got my 2 anchors for where my new light's gonna be, but I'll give a couple hours for that fresh white flat ceiling paint to dry, and we'll install the new light. So it does come with the housing for wiring, and then the LED light bar and diffuser just plugs in and snaps in place. So almost done. So I got it fitted up there, the screws tightened, it's secured to the ceiling, got my wire fed through the grommet. So we have a green ground wire, black hot, white neutral, so black to black, white to white, and the green will go to the copper. And I got some wire nuts. So let's get it wired up. All right, so it looks like you can really put this on the light part either way, but it's got the plug facing this way, so I think that's how it was when it came. And plug that in. Before I pop this on, let me turn power on and see if it actually turns on. I went and tested it, it works. Shut the power back off. Tuck the rest of this wiring up in here. Slip one side on into the clips. It'll be probably easier to do this side facing the camera. I don't want to pinch nothing, so all right. Pretty flush, even lower profile really than the fluorescent light I had before. But all right, let's see how it looks. Get my work light shut off, and we're just about done to wrap this up. All right, new LED light is installed. So that's wraps this video up. So just went over the process of how to swap your old fluorescent light for one of these modern LED ones. And then it has a driver inside, so if the driver ever went bad, it's serviceable just like a ballast would be in a fluorescent light. And that Lithuania driver that I saw in there, you can source that yourself. It's like $5-10 for one of those LED drivers. But yeah, we are done. You know, similar form and finish, and got the ceiling repaired and all those holes from the old toggle bolts. So you don't know what you're going to find. You know, you can just cover that stuff back up, but for me, I wanted to patch the holes and repair it, and it looks great. I can't tell that I was in there doing any work, and that's kind of my goal. So yeah, I'll leave a link to this one. It's 2 foot long. You can find replacements for all the old fluorescent fixtures in LED now. That's the popular way to, you know, update them. It was on Amazon. I think it was like $19. So yeah, there's the whole process. Now we got light back in here, LED more reliable. Don't have to worry about the fluorescence and ballast anymore. So yeah, link in the description to the actual part I used if you want to check it out. That's it. All right, bye.